How you doing? I'm Chef Yaku, and this is Conscious Cooking. This week, we're in my kitchen because we're actually getting ready to make one of the sides that we'll be having for dinner tonight. Now, when we go to the grocery store, I actually ask my kids, what vegetable do you guys want? I even give them the opportunity to run around the market and find which vegetables they really like. This kind of gives them ownership over it. If they know that they pick some asparagus or that they know they pick broccoli, they're going to want to have that incorporated in the meal to kind of give them bragging rights at the table. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Now, for today's dish, we have our garlic roasted Brussels sprouts with a warm honey mustard sauce. It's going to be delicious. It's something that's easy, quick, and it's also something that the kids are going to love. Now, one of my favorite ways to cook vegetables is roasting them. When you roast a vegetable, you're able to keep the vitamins, able to keep the color, able to keep all the flavor, all of that into it. And you're also able to give it a little bit of texture, which is crunch, which kids really love because it kind of reminds them of a potato chip, right? So today's recipe, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a quick, easy garlic roast on some Brussels sprouts. And then while our Brussels sprouts are roasting in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and start on our warm honey mustard sauce. I hope you guys are hungry and I hope you guys are ready for a dope recipe. So here we have all our ingredients that we're gonna need for our garlic roasted Brussels sprouts. We have about 1.5 pounds of our Brussels sprouts, which we washed and cut in half. Then we got our usual suspects, salt, pepper. We got a little bit of smoked paprika and some fresh garlic. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil that's gonna pull it all together. Now, what I like to do is I like to start in a large bowl with my washed, cut Brussels sprouts. And I'm gonna get a little bit of oil in there. I wanna coat my Brussels sprouts with oil. I wanna make sure that my Brussels sprouts are getting nice and evenly coated within that oil. Now, one of the things about Brussels sprouts is you're gonna start seeing some of these leaves fall off. That's gonna make for delicious, almost like Brussels sprout chips. So you wanna go ahead and get those coated in oil too. Next, add a little bit of my garlic. Well, I add all of my garlic. I used about 3 heads of garlic and I gave them a good mince. About 3 cloves of garlic, I'm sorry. And then I gave them a really good mince. Now we go with our kosher salt. Get that in there, a little bit of salt. Now after our salt is in, I go with a little bit of pepper. Very last, a little bit of our smoked paprika for that nice earthy smoky flavor. And then we're going to continue to get these nice and mixed up. As you guys see, getting nice color, everything's nice and coated. I want to go ahead and get my sheet tray. And what I have is parchment paper on my sheet tray. You can use aluminum foil. It's up to you. And what I want to do is I want to evenly spread my Brussels sprouts over the tray. I want to give them room for the air and the heat to pass by so they can roast every aspect of my Brussels sprouts, right? Got them nice and laid out here. Now we're gonna pop these bad boys in the oven and we're gonna get started on our sauce. Dijon mustard, smoked paprika, fresh ground black pepper, little red wine vinegar, honey, and we got our saucepan. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine all these ingredients up in our saucepan. We're gonna whip those with a whisk until they're smooth, and then we're gonna add that to the oven so that it can get nice and warm for our Brussels sprouts. So here's how we plate this beautiful dish. First, we wanna go ahead and get our Brussels sprouts nice and in the middle of the pan. And we want to stack them. We want to get some height out of this. We want it to be nice and stacked. for the nice, beautiful presentation. Oh, look at that. Boom. Go back, stack them in, get some more height to them. Then we have our warm honey mustard sauce here. And we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle that on. Get a little bit of the warm honey mustard sauce on there. A little bit of parsley. And then finish with a little bit of our smoked paprika. And that right there is our beautiful, gorgeous, garlic roasted Brussels sprouts with warm honey mustard sauce. Now it's time for the family to enjoy. So, I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week to Conscious Cooking with Chef Yaku. Remember, you don't have to follow the recipe exactly. It's all about using what you got in your refrigerator. I hope to see you guys next week. Remember, this is Conscious Cooking. I'm Chef Yaku, and we're the Sprues.